The term the New Federalism was first publicly used by Richard Nixon in an August 8th, that's why we're here today, August 8th, an August 8th, 1969 speech to the nation which defined the programs within his domestic initiative. This speech, which many of you know should have come earlier in the administration, was late, 7 months after the inauguration, and late because of several reasons. First, the early months of the administration were focused on foreign policy, particularly the war in Vietnam and deployment of the new safeguard sites for an expanded anti-ballistic missile system. Only 2 days before the New Federalism speech, the Senate, by a one-vote margin, voted to deploy 2 of the 12 ABM sites requested by the administration. And days before the New Federalism speech, President Nixon had returned from a whirlwind 9-day trip to 8 countries, and I quote, as he said, to lay the basis for a lasting peace once the war in Vietnam has ended. Second, there was some internal tension over the direction that parts of the domestic agenda should take. In particular, Arthur Burns and Daniel Patrick Moynihan had different visions for welfare reform and other parts of the domestic package. Both thought they had been tasked by Nixon with being the lead player and ended up offering conflicting material to Nixon. There was little consensus within the staff. Burns was finally moved to the Federal Reserve and Moynihan promoted out of a policymaking job. It was John Ehrlichman and members of our panel who finally framed the domestic agenda through the lens of what became known as the New Federalism. The August 8th speech not only outlined the key legislative agendas within the New Federalism, but also provided a clear discussion for the first time of why a change of course was needed from the Johnson years within the domestic agenda.